Hi everyone. So today we are going to study about the deadlock. Okay. So let's see what is deadlock. In deadlock, basically we are going to study the concept of deadlock, how it happens, and in this, basically we'll be studying about the deadlock characteristics, or we can say behavior. Okay. Now, in deadlock characteristics, we have 4 points. First is mutual exclusion. So, what does deadlock says? It says mutual exclusion should be there. I'll be dealing everyone. I'll be dealing each of these characteristics one by one. So don't worry about it. It will be clear. Next is hold and wait. Okay. Then next we have no preemption. And the last one characteristics we have circular weight. So basically, let's see. Hmm. Let's see with one of the example. It will be more clear with that. Let's see. Mm, let's suppose P1 is a process. Okay, and it is holding resource R1. It means it is holding the resource R1 means it has taken the resource R1 for its execution, or resource R1 is allocated to process P1 by the CPU or operating system. Okay, and P1 is requesting for resource R2. It means P1 for successful or for completion of P1, it requires both the resources R1 and R2, but it is having only R1 and it is requesting to the CPU to grant the access of the resource R2. Got it? This is how it is happening. Now see what happens. Now let's suppose this resource R2 is with process P2. Are you getting what is happening? See, and P2 is also requesting for resource R1. See, P1 is having resource R1, but it wants the access of resource R2, and P2 is having the resource R2, but it wants the access of R1. Are you getting what is happening? Now, deadlock says if all the four conditions simultaneously occurs, or simultaneously all the four conditions become true or happens, then we say deadlock occurs. Okay, got it? If all the all the four conditions are executing simultaneously, we say that system will definitely going to be in deadlock. Got it? Now see what is mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion says that if process is mutual exclusion says that no two process can share the resources. If it is with process P1, then it should not be granted at the same time to process See, you would have studied in DBMS, right? That read is allowed, or we can simply say that mm, let's suppose read is allowed means uh, read read, and then there is write and read. So this is allowed with different process also, but these are not allowed because it will create the update problem. Okay, so on the basis of this we can say that what is mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion says that resource has to be allocated to only one process or it will be freely available. It should not be allocated to more than one process at any point of time. Got it? Now, hold and wait says what? See, this is hold and wait happening here. P1 is holding R1 and waiting for R2. P2 is holding R2 and waiting for R1. Are you getting? No preemption means it should not happen like we have studied in scheduling algorithms that what we have studied, yes, preemptive algorithms that in the PCB the context of the process is stored, and then whenever his chance comes, the it will resume from there itself. So that it is not, it should not occur. It means if there will be preemption, then what will happen? There will be no deadlock. Why? Because see, P1 is holding R1 and waiting for R2. Let's say I preempt P1. Already resource R1 will become free. It will be granted to P2 and deadlock will be resolved. Got it? But so deadlock says that if there is no preemption, then there is a chance of deadlock. Okay. And last one condition is if circular wait is there. This is actually a circular wait. There can be many processes, and this is also an example of circular wait. P1, P2, P3. P1 is waiting for some resource which is already holding by some other resource, and it is waiting for some other resource which is holding by some other resource process. Got it? P1 wants something which is held by some other process, and that process wants something that is held by some other process, and this process go on. This is called as circular wait. Are you getting? So if all the four conditions are true or exist simultaneously, we say that your system is definitely going to be a deadlock. There will be a deadlock definitely. Got it? So this is how deadlock characteristics. This is the basics of the deadlock. How, what are the four conditions? Basically, we will be asked all the four conditions. What are those? Got it? Okay. In the next part, we'll study about the basically we'll what we are be dealing with here. Um, it is deadlock characteristics, deadlock prevention, deadlock detection, deadlock avoidance, deadlock recovery. These are the things which we generally cover here. Okay, and most important thing in deadlock is the banker's algorithm, which we'll study in the next video or next class. Okay, thank you all.